We are on to our second key game. Give me a.
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum.
And also put the swoosh in there. We have another special guest, our second special guest ever on the show. Clap it up for Ronald Krsolovic. He is a former Division One baseball player, as well as our first guest, Dan Rutan. He was a professional baseball player for a teeny bit over there in Lake Erie, over in the Cleveland area. He's a massive Cleveland Browns fan. We brought him on for the Monday Night Football game, Ravens-Browns. Ronnie, how are you doing? And how are your Browns doing this year?
I'm doing great, and the Browns are doing great. And like I said, well, I haven't said anything on the show before, but like I've said to a lot of people around here, believe in the Browns. And now that the Browns are for real, it's unbelievable. I watched this show from last week, and I heard three people on this show talk a lot of S about the Cleveland Browns. And Baker Mayfield said, let me just hang 38 points on the Tennessee Titans in the first half. Yeah, okay, you can say, 28-3 in the second half. Titans come back. Maybe they shouldn't have fumbled the ball coming back, but you know what? Big-time game from a big-time team. This is real, and this is the Cleveland Browns right here, baby. This is the Cleveland Browns.
So I don't know if I'm a believer of the Browns still, but
no one is, and that's why. That's the greatest thing about
when
it.
the Bears made that run in 2018, you were with me all the time. I mean, I love seeing fans that are so passionate about their team when their team does well. Like, I know that feeling. I got absolutely crushed by the double doink, but you guys are you're going to the playoffs, and I know that feeling. It's an incredible feeling. You feel like your team is unstoppable. They can't be touched. Super Bowl, all this jazz. But Ronnie, the AFC is tough. I want to get into the Browns Ravens. What are your key points to this game?
Okay, this is a little crazy, but the Ravens have the Browns number. All right, they run this hurry up offense where Lamar Jackson gets it going with a little option, little J.K. Dobbins. They run a lot all the time. The thing about the Browns is that this hurry up offense that they run, the Browns can't stop it. When the Browns defense goes quick and they can't sub, they got people huffing and puffing on the D line. That's when they're most vulnerable, and that's when they give up the big pass play. And that's the scariest thing from, being a Browns fan is watching that and, having a real take. Like, my fan take is, okay, Browns by 40, and they're going to take it down. My fan take is that. But in a real game, actually analyzing the Browns, that quick offense that the Ravens run is the Browns' demoralizer. It's going to be score for score. It's probably going to be a shootout, but I mean, I have to pick the boys. I got the Browns by 3.
I think the Ravens are due for a win, but at the same time, I'm gonna pick the Browns in this game. Last week they showed me a lot. I really thought that they were gonna lose by 14-20, but maybe this is a magical year for them. I don't know if they win the Super Bowl. I don't know if they beat Patrick Mahomes or Big Ben, but I mean, they have the opportunity, and that's all you could ask for as a Browns fan. Yeah, Nate, what do you got?
Ronnie, do you feel like this defense is finally like doing what everybody thought it was going to do all the time? Like, do you feel like we're there finally?
In a way. Okay, The D line is legit, but it's like the D line's legit, the linebackers are okay, and the secondary isn't that good. It hurt at the beginning of the year. They lost Grant Delpit, who was going to be a huge help to an Achilles injury. They lost him. And then, Denzel Ward wasn't playing that great at the beginning, has picked it up a little bit, but then he was out the last week. The secondary isn't very good, and that's the scariest part you can throw on the Browns. And that's why, Mike said stuff about the Chiefs playing the Chiefs possibly. Like, Browns, I can't think that way. Like, it's like the Eagles game they played a couple weeks ago. You have to watch the full 60 minutes of the game to make sure the Browns actually win. When 60 minutes is on, and the Browns game's over, that's how you know that they won the game. But, during the game and thinking that far ahead, I can't even think that far ahead. Yeah. But I'm sorry, I'm
Except
getting off
the West Coast.
Browns.
Except the West Coast, Ronnie.
Has been good.
They do find a way to just scare the shit out of Browns fans, though. Every game.
Oh, yeah.
They try to find a way to lose, but this year they're winning.
That's the thing. Like, people are saying, you know, oh, 8-3, they're not for real. Like, oh, who do they play at any time? I don't care who they play. They don't make the schedule. If they play and they win a game, they win a game.
It's hard to win in the NFL in general.
They came through. They won 4 games in 3 years total.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this year they've won 9. This is unbelievable. It's like a Christmas present that's early. It's the craziest year. There was this newspaper cartoon clip. There was this guy sitting on a victory fridge with his beer and his Browns shirt on,
Mm-hmm.
and the whole world is like in flames next to him, and it's like, Browns win, life's great. Like, it was, you know,
Right.
it's surreal to think that they're actually like this good. Like, if you think about Jacksonville, okay, talk about Jacksonville right now, 1-10. 2 years ago, AFC Championship. Like, the league flips. You can get good once in a while. The Browns haven't been good. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it hasn't flipped to them to be good ever. Well, not ever, but, you know, 2007, 10-6. My senior year of high school, 2014, they were 7-4, and then lost to Buffalo, and then they put Johnny Manziel in, and then they lost the last 4 games. They haven't been good in a long time. They haven't been good since the last playoff game, 2002.
I see the
The last
passion.
playoff game, 94. Like,
I
what?
see the passion in your eyes. Are you I did write a blog about the best defenders in football, and I had Myles Garrett up there. I think he's finally playing to that number 1 draft pick potential. Yeah,
Right.
speak about that for a little bit.
Yeah, Myles Garrett, honestly, he's been good the last 3 years. I mean, he's been the best player on their defense the last 3 years. Even when he was a rookie, he was the best player. Football Reference has him as their best player. They link, like, every year they say their best guy for the team, and Myles Garrett was the best player rookie year. Last year was Nick Chubb. This year, I don't know who it's going to be, but, like, Myles Garrett is the real deal. Like, I know he doesn't get a lot of pub because it's Cleveland and they've been bad, whatever. Aaron Donald, one of the best rushers. Khalil Mack, and you know about him, real good rusher. But Myles Garrett has had 10 sacks in the last 3 seasons, and he's still going for this year. And he missed 2 weeks because of COVID this year. So I think he's the real deal. He just didn't get a lot of pub because the Browns haven't been good. And, you know, that's not his fault. But, you know, I know last year when he hit Mason Rudolph over the head, and I know he considered not playing football anymore. I'm just glad that, as a fan, you know, I'm glad he's back on a D-line, and he's raising hell. Like, that D-line's been really good.
Don't sleep on Taki.
No, he had that great interception. The pick 6 was great. That was awesome too. But he's got the most fun name to say. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It's so much fun to say his name. It's nothing to do with his football skill, but it's funny.
Nate, who do you got in this game?
Oh, I get the Browns in this one. I get the Browns. I'm flipping from last week when I was like, I'll label myself as such. I was not a believer last week.
Yeah,
So you're referring to me. I thought the Titans were going to run the ball between the tackles for 60 minutes, and they were gonna walk out of there with a win. However, the Browns are impressive. I think they do it again on Monday night. I feel like Baker Mayfield, switching to the offense, we talked a lot about the defense. Baker Mayfield is doing what he should always do, which is hand the ball off for the majority of the time and then, like, set up plays where he's got time to find the read that's going to be open. And that sounds so simple, but, like, he is best when he's got his one primary target and a dump-off man. He's got the opportunity to hit that primary target. We've been running the ball between the tackles. We've been setting it up. He's a good game manager. He's a good game manager, and he's doing it well this year.
It's been key. They've been pounding the rollout and the play action, and that's, you know, the running game is just it's been unbelievable. That's what makes the play action so good. I know they only had like 160 yards rushing against Tennessee, but they were throwing the ball like crazy. But it's because they have the threat of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. You know, they don't have that threat if you only have, you know, if you have mediocre running backs, you don't have that threat of the play action. And they've used that so much better than last year. Like, the team has just looked totally different than last year with the play calling and the trick plays and, you know, just trying to get everybody involved. And, you know, I want to say this too. I don't know if we'll get on the topic, but I want to say it real quick. People blame, you know, Odell Beckham. Oh, they're doing better without Odell Beckham, whatever. He single-handedly won that Cowboys game, you know, back in week 6 or whatever it was when they played Dallas in Dallas. That guy, I feel bad. I feel bad for him, and I hope they keep him because he's still a legit player. But you know, there is that vision that they think, like Dan Orlovsky said this on ESPN. He said, you you're always thinking before the snap, where's Odell? Where's Odell? And the defense, but that was another thing the defense had to think about too. So I hope they get a chance to keep Odell, but I don't want him to take any blame for this, like people saying in national media, whatever, like, oh, it's Odell's doing, Odell's gone. That's why they're playing better. That's just not the case.
Yeah.
That's fair enough, Ron. I think that's fair enough.
A great,
you gotta back your boys. You gotta back your boys,
yeah,
Nate.
Absolutely. A great take. We do have to move on.
Give him a chance to make a play here. Lined up in the slot.